All right, is it 9:30? Okay, good morning. Welcome, my name's Tracy. Welcome to your movement practice this morning, 45 minutes. Let's get going because 45 minutes goes by real quick. You're gonna lie on your belly today if you're okay with that. So come all the way down onto your belly, and then with your fingers, your index fingers and your thumb, you're gonna make a diamond shape. You're gonna take your elbows out, palms down, and then place your forehead onto that diamond shape. You might wiggle a little bit, your hips side to side, and just kind of get some movement in there before you settle in. If this is uncomfortable for your head, feel free to change your hands up. Otherwise, your chin is kind of tucked and pulled up away from the floor so that you can really elongate the spine. Find some stillness. Tap into your breath. And just be here. Bring your mind here. You might just notice the contents of your mind this morning. Just let it be however it is. From the crown of your head, slowly start to scan the body, just noticing how your physical body feels today. No judgments, no criticisms. Just notice what you're working with this morning. Notice the quality of your breath. You might hear your breath here, especially since your face is down, kind of closed off. You can hear your breath a bit better. And just try to breathe in and out through your nose, taking slower and deeper breaths each time. Just stay for one more breath and we're going to get moving. Just feel your belly against the floor. Okay, go ahead and lift your head for a second. You're going to take your right leg and bend it out to the side for half frog. So if you want to look back really quick, your knee is about level with your hip and the inner arch of your foot is down. And then relax your head somewhere, either forehead down on your right hand, or you can turn your head to the right. Bend your left leg, reach back with your left arm, and see if you can capture the top of your foot or your ankle for a quad stretch. If you've got your ankle, flex your foot, and then kind of kick into your hand, press the quadricep down, and engage your left glute. So you're pressing the top of the thigh down, your pelvis down, your booty is engaged. You might notice you'll feel a little stretch from that left shoulder up your neck there if your head is turned to the right. And then see if you can soften the right leg. So softening the inner right thigh, the adductor muscles. Just a couple more breaths here. And then release that leg and switch sides, straighten the right, bend your left, come into this half frog shape. And then option 2, rest your forehead on the top of your hand or turn your head to the left, reach back with your right, bend your right leg, capture the top of the foot or the ankle. And then try to kick into that hand, press the thigh bone into the mat, engage that right glute, and then try to relax your left inner thigh. Bring awareness to that space between your jawline on the right and your right shoulder, and just notice sensations you might feel there. Just a couple more breaths here. Go ahead and gently release. Come back to extending the legs behind you. We're going to come into Sphinx Pose. You're going to bring your forearms onto the mat. Elbows are under your shoulders. and the hands are apart for this. Go ahead and just kind of shimmy the hips a little bit side to side. You might even lift one leg, point the toes back, and rest the tops of the feet down. Put a little bit of engagement in your glutes to help support your low back here. And then press your elbows down and lift your chest, shoulders down away from the ears. Gaze is either forward or slightly up. So just a nice, easy back bend. This is a great pose to do just when you're hanging out watching TV, especially if you sit at a computer all day long. If you can spend like 15 minutes a day in this pose, life changer. So from here, let's drop the chin to the chest, let your head hang, just feel that stretch in the back of the neck. And then if you'd like, invite some movement, rolling the head side to side. Just releasing any tension from the back and the sides of the neck. And then come on back to center. Go ahead and lift your chin. Keep the arms exactly as they are. Tops of the feet are going to stay down on the mat. So staying where you are, start to tuck your chin to your chest. And then you're going to pull the navel up and away from the floor. So you're engaging your core. And then we're going to lift the pelvis and the thighs up. So you're coming into this modified forearm plank. And then lower, thighs down, pelvis, and then the chin lifts and the heart lifts. So chin drops to the chest, peel the belly, peel the pelvis, peel the thighs up, engage, push the elbows down, and then lower. Inhale, breath. Option here, exhale, tuck the chin, lift, maybe lift the knees, come to the tops of the feet, shins are lifted. And then slowly lower, knees, thighs, and pelvis. Lift the chest. So we're just gonna move, go at your own pace. Exhale as you go into your forearm plank on the tops of the feet or to the knees. Inhale as you lower everything and lift the heart. Just awakening the front side of the body here. Move with your breath. Exhale as you go into the contraction. Separate the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale as you lower out of that. Let's do one more. Come back to Sphinx Pose. Tuck your toes under. Come into full forearm plank. Straight legs. Knees can come down if you need that today. Push the earth away with your forearms and your elbows and your palms. So you want to feel that nice, strong shoulder engagement. And then you're inflating that space between your shoulder blades. Hips are about level with your shoulders, and the legs are active. The quads are active, so you're lifting the kneecaps up. Belly is nice and active as you pull the navel up away from the floor and knit your rib cage together. Breathe. So we're going to slowly start to bend your knees and walk your feet forward for dolphin. Just a variation. It's early in our practice, so keep the knees nice and bent. And right here, I just want you to let your head hang. So the head is not on the ground. You're using your shoulder strength here to keep the head lifted. So keep pushing the elbows down, inflate that space between your shoulder blades, and then bring awareness to your pelvis, lift it up away from the floor. Good, knees can stay nice and bent, heels are lifted, or maybe your heels touch, it doesn't really matter. We're working on lifting the hips and the pelvis up towards the sky and not collapsing in the shoulders. Super big shoulder strength exercise right here. Take another big breath in. Relax your face, exhale, and bring your knees down to the ground. Untuck your toes, hips to your heels. You're gonna take a little variation of child's pose. Bring your arms back by your sides so that you can fully let your shoulders rest. Just let those arms be super heavy, forehead to the mat, hips back towards your heels. The legs are a little bit closer than maybe your typical child's pose. Bring awareness to your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Reach your arms forward. Plant your palms, spread your fingers wide. Inhale, rise up to table pose. Tuck your toes under, downward facing dog pose. From here, take a moment to do what you typically do in your downward facing dog. It could be, pedaling out your feet, rolling up to the toes, swaying the hips. Push the ground away through the heels of the hands. Allow your head to hang. Lift your pelvis up and back. Elongate the sides of your body and your spine. You're gonna bring the feet together for this one. You're gonna lift your right leg just halfway, it doesn't have to be super high. And then you're taking the right toes behind your left ankle. Your toes might even kind of go over that little Achilles tendon there. So your big toe and then your second toe kind of hook. And now see if you can lower your left heel to the mat for a really nice Achilles tendon and calf stretch. And if you needed to shorten your distance between your hands, feel free to do that too. And just breathe into the back of that leg. Keep pushing the earth away. Go ahead and release that. Lift your right leg and then set the right foot down, right next to the left foot. Lift your left leg just halfway up here, and then left toes to the back of the left ankle. You might hook the big toe and the second toe. And then can you lower your right heel to the floor for that nice stretch through the Achilles tendon and calf. Keep grounding down through the palms of your hands. Heart is pressing back towards your thighs. Arms are long and reaching. Let's release this. Lift that left leg up and then both feet to the ground. Separate your feet at least hip width apart. Bend your knees and walk your hands to the back of your mat. So you're gonna take this nice deep ragdoll pose, bend your knees a lot, belly to thighs, and let your head hang. You might need to even bend your knees even more or use blocks here. We're gonna do a little bit of some wrist stretch. So tops of the hands down, fingers face in, and then just make fists open and close a few times. Let your head hang. And then we're turn so that the fingers face towards the back of your mat, palms down, stretching the backs of the forearms and the wrists, palms of the hands. Remember, hands can be on blocks or books if you're having a hard time reaching the floor, or just bend your knees even more if your hamstrings are really tight. Release that. Take your right hand right under your face here. Come to your fingertips. Take your left hand to your sacrum. Bend into your right leg, straighten your left, and turn your heart to the left. So you want to try to keep that pelvis in a neutral position where you can feel with your hand there. And then option 2, open the arm. Reach that left arm up. Gaze up towards the sky. Breathe in. And exhale, release, switch sides. So you're going to come to your fingertips on the left, right hand to your sacrum, low back. Bend your left leg, straighten your right, and turn your heart to the right. You might stay here or reach that right arm up. Turn your gaze upward. Take a breath in. And release, both hands down. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. You really want to root your feet down. Keep your knees slightly bent. Rolling all the way up, nice and slow. Once you arrive, roll your shoulders back a few times. Nice big circles up and back. So we're at the back of our mat. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hook your thumbs overhead. You're gonna fan your fingers out. Bend your knees a little and then side body stretch up and over to your right. Come to center, inhale. Side body stretch open over to your left. Come to center. Release and fold, Uttanasana, forward bend. Halfway lift, inhale, extend the spine, fingers can come to shins, flat back, retract your shoulders, and then walk your hands forward, downward facing dog pose. Big breath in. Open mouth, let it go. Shift forward, high plank pose. Shoulders over wrists, push the earth away. Knees down, belly down, come all the way down, tops of the feet to the mat. Zipper up your legs like you have one tail back there. And then you're gonna let your shoulders come to your ears, roll them up and back to peel yourself up for Cobra Pose. And then exhale, lower down. Let's do 2 more like that. Roll, shoulders up and back, peel the head and chest, and then lower. One more time. Maybe you come up a little bit higher, pressing into the hands, and then lower down. Tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Make your way up and back. Lift your right leg nice and high. So you're coming into the split dog variation. And then step your foot through between your hands. Lower your back knee to the ground. Rise up, both arms reach. We're gonna make a fist with the right hand. You're gonna take that back of your fist to your left glute, just so you have that feeling, you can feel your glute engage here. So I want you to engage that left glute. Lift your, tilt your pelvis up so you feel a little more of a stretch down into that quadricep here for a moment. The hips aren't really moving forward. We're doing more of a 90-90 lunge here. And then you're gonna take your left elbow across to your right knee. So coming into a little twisting lunge. Release the right hand so the palms touch. Press the palms together, elbows stack over wrists. And just breathe here. Feel that twist through your belly. Draw the navel in and back. Keep the spine nice and long. You might turn your gaze to look back behind you. And then release, both arms reach up. Inhale, breath. Exhale, hands to the mat. Lift your back knee, step back to plank pose. Come down one arm at a time, forearm plank. Bring your feet together. And in your forearm plank, you're just gonna keep the shoulders square to the front of your mat, but we're gonna drop the heels to the left. So you're getting a twist. You're gonna feel your left obliques turn on. Getting a little twist here in your torso. And then come to center. You can do this on your knees too. And then both heels drop to the right. Try to keep the shoulders square to the front of your mat. And then come on back to center. Walk your feet forward, dolphin pose. Lift the pelvis, let the head hang. Knees to the mat. Tops of the feet down, arms reach back, child's pose, forehead down. Reach the arms forward. Inhale, rise up through table, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Walk your hands to your feet, come to the back of your mat again. Right hand under your face, right knee bends, left arm reaches or goes to the low back. Both hands down, switch sides. Bend your left knee, straighten your right, reach and open. And then release. Halfway lift, inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold. Press the feet down, reach your arms out wide, come all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, palms touch overhead. Thumbs actually cross and fingers fan. Side body stretch to the right. Come to center, inhale. Side body stretch to the left. Come to center. Big breath in, forward fold, dive down. Halfway lift, inhale. And then walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Adjust the feet if you need. Inhale, rock forward to high plank. Lower knees or just lower straight, full plank down all the way to your belly. Cobra pose, roll the shoulders up and back. Maybe this time you take upward facing dog where the pelvis and thighs lift, arms are straight. Downward facing dog, pull the hips up and back. Lift your left leg for your split dog here. Both legs nice and active. Right foot pushing into the ground, left foot pushing away from you. And then hug the knee up into the chest, step that foot forward. Right between your hands there, lower your back knee, reach your arms up to the sky for your 90-90 lunge here. Make a fist with your left hand and then place the back of that hand at the right glute there. Engage that muscle. So you're just squeezing, contracting that muscle there, and then a slight little tilt of your pelvis up to really feel that stretch into your quadriceps. Back foot, tops of the foot can be down or toes tucked, whatever you feel comfortable with. And then right elbow comes across to attach to the left knee for your low lunge twist. And then you can bring the palms together for this little prayer twist. Just try to stack the elbows over the wrists here. You're turning your sternum towards your thumbs. Gaze off to the side, or maybe look back behind you, looking over that elbow or that shoulder. And then come back around, release your arms up. Big breath in. Hands to the mat. Breathe out. Lift your back knee, low lunge. Step back to plank pose. We're gonna come down to our forearms one more time for forearm plank, at least one more time for a while here. Bring your feet together. Shift your heels to the left again, for that little twist in the torso. Keep pushing the floor away, inflate that space between your shoulder blades. Come to center, heels to the right. Shoulders stay square to the front edge of your mat. Good, and then twist to the center. Walk your feet forward, dolphin pose. Maybe this time you lift your right leg, breathe. Right foot down, then left, lift and hold. Remember, head is not on the ground, and then left foot down, knees down, arms back, child's pose. Just for a short little beat here. Take a breath in. Let it go. Arms reach forward. Inhale, rise up through tabletop. Make your way to down dog. So again, we're going to be moving around the mat like we've done the last couple classes that I've taught. Go ahead and lift your right leg, split dog. Push back. And then step that foot through. Come into your low lunge, so that back knee down. Reach your arms up again. Make a fist on the right. Bring it to your left glute. Turn that glute on. Twist over to your right knee. Elbow connects. Palms come together. So here's the change. Back toes need to be tucked under. We're lifting the back knee. Take a quick peek though at your front knee. Notice if you're knocking it in because you're pushing against it. See if you can push the knee against the elbow to line it up with your middle toes. And then when you're ready, lift your back knee. So you're coming into prayer twist lunge. Draw the belly in. Legs nice and strong and active. And it's okay to stay on the back knee. Just know that the next pose is going to be warrior two. So you're going to be coming up and around right here to the left long edge of your mat. And then settle into this shape, Virabhadrasana 2 here. You can bend and straighten your leg a few times. Find your feet here. Back leg is nice and strong and active. And then take your right elbow under your left for eagle arms. Or hold opposite shoulders like you're giving yourself a hug here. Just something where you can open up your upper back. Good, and again with that front knee, just make sure it's not collapsing in. You wanna use your outer thigh to really open it up, line that knee up with those middle toes. And then lift your elbows away from your chest and your hands away from your face if your arms are wrapped like this. Otherwise, if you've got the hands around, I want you to just create space in your upper back. Just breathe and separate your shoulder blades there. Take one more breath here. And then let it go. Straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, open your arms out like the letter T here, so they're nice and wide. Turn your big toes slightly in, heels out. And then interlace your fingers at the back, your low back, at your sacrum. So your knuckles are at your low back. Little soft bend in your knees as you dive down for your wide leg fold. Good, just let your head hang. And then maybe you start to straighten the arms, reach the knuckles up and away from your back. Maybe you keep them where they were, or they're not binded at all, and that's fine too. Rock the body weight into the ball mounds of your feet. And then you might even, if your knuckles are up and away, you might even reach the knuckles away and then down. So we're moving the shoulders away from the ears and then letting them drop back in. Kind of doing this like shoulder flossing. Good. Knuckles to the low back. Release the hands. Bring them out in front of you. Lift halfway. Bend into your back knee for a side lunge. So right leg stays straight, left knee is bent. Reach your arms towards the front of your mat and let your head hang. So you're gonna get this big side body stretch on the left. You might feel a little sensation on that right inner thigh. Crawl around and take a quarter turn to the back of your mat. Lift your right leg, standing L. Just pause, come to your fingertips here. Just try to level out your hips, kind of spin your right hip bone down, and then both feet to the mat, fold in. Push the feet down, reach the arms up. Urdhva, come all the way up to standing. Hands to your heart, exhale. Take a moment there. Find your breath, feel your feet. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. Hinge at the hip. Halfway lift, inhale. Your right leg is gonna step back on your exhale and your right knee comes down. Nope, wrong leg, step in. Left leg is gonna step back. Left knee down, come up. Yeah, so left leg back. Make that fist with the right hand. Find that left glute. Twist to the right, connect elbow to thigh, palms together. Back toes are tucked, lift your back knee. Come into a high lunge twist. Good. And then open up warrior two to the right long edge of your mat. Again, right elbow under left, eagle arms. We won't be here as long because it's the same side. Fire up that back leg, that back glute. Breathe into your upper back. Parallel the feet, open the arms wide. T. Interlace the hands. Do the opposite grip this time. Hands at the low back. And then dive down. Lead with your heart. Let your head hang. Maybe start to reach the knuckles up. And then any movement that you might want to take here through the shoulders, reaching away and letting the shoulders drop back by the ears. Hands to your low back, release, halfway lift. Bend into your front leg, side lunge again. Reach your arms to the back of your mat, let your head hang. So you're kind of on the fingertips here, long arms, relax your face, relax your neck. Quarter turn to the front of your mat. Left toes turn forward. Standing L, lift your back leg. And then right foot meets left, fold. All the way up, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. One vinyasa flow, inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, fold forward to the earth. Halfway lift, breathe in, spine extends, plank pose. Option, knees can come down. Option, rock forward, lower halfway, chaturanga. And then up dog or cobra, whatever back bend you're taking. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. So other side, go ahead and lift your left leg, split dog, push back. And then step your foot through between your hands. Lower your back knee, keep your back toes tucked, reach your arms up. Make a fist with your left, find your right glute with that left fist, turn it on. Right elbow comes across the body, attaches to the left knee, palms touch. When you're ready, make sure that front knee is not knocking in there. And then tuck your back toes. If they're not, lift your back knee. Good, so you're in more of a high lunge twist here. And stay for another breath. Opening up to warrior two. So you're coming around to face the right long edge of your mat. And then again, take your time. You might straighten and bend that front knee a little bit and just find your feet here on the ground. And then when you are ready to settle in, nice deep bend in that front knee, back leg super active, left elbow under right for eagle. So we're gonna open up through the upper back again by lifting the elbows and bringing the hands away from the face, or holding, breathing into your upper back. You can tuck your chin. Stay for one more breath. Here's a change with the legs. We're gonna open, straighten the legs, come to parallel feet, tee the arms, but then turn your heels in and toes out. Right hand is gonna go for, to reach between your shoulder blades. Turn your left thumb down and reach the back of the hand to your back somewhere. For Gomukhasana, cow face arms. Maybe your fingers touch, maybe not. Maybe you hold onto your shirt, you just rest the hands there, and then pulse the legs. So bend the knees, little pulsing goddess squats here, or horse squats. Try to keep your head pressing against that right arm. Internal and external rotation through the shoulders. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs, release the arms long. Turn your toes in, dive down. Wide leg. Halfway lift, breathe in. Bend into your back knee, your right leg. Side lunge. Sweep your arms around to the front, pause. So first time here on this side, breathe into that whole right side of the body, from the right fingertips to your right low back. Notice any sensation through your left inner thigh. Let your head hang. Relax your eyes. Relax your mouth. And then sweep the hands back around, quarter turn to the back of your mat. 10th of fingers, lift your back leg, standing L shape. See if you can level out your hips by just feeling. You don't even necessarily need to see, but just feel. Notice if your left hip bone's tilted up. Try to tilt it a little down. And then left foot meets right, fold in. Press the feet down, reach your arms all the way up, Urdhva. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, reach up, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, right leg steps back, right knee comes down, arms reach up. Left back of your fist to your right glute, turn it on, twist to your left, right elbow to left leg. Palms connect, back toes stay tucked. When you're ready, organize through your core here and those strong legs, lift your back knee. Make your back leg nice and long. And then open up warrior 2. Take a moment, might bend and straighten that leg. Good, left elbow under right, eagle arms one more time here. Open up, parallel your feet, tee out your arms. Turn your toes out and your heels in for your goddess pose. You're gonna drop the hips and sit. Left hand is gonna come to give yourself a pat on the back here. Elbow points up, turn your right thumbs down. So I'm not mirroring you at all. Right thumb down and then reach back. So the back of that hand comes to your back. Maybe your fingertips touch. You could take a little bind, or you're just, hands are somewhere on your back. If that's not available, you can always hold your elbow here. And then head presses against that left forearm. Little pulses, down and up. Last 4. Legs might be burning a little bit. And straighten, release the arms, parallel the feet, tee the arms, forward fold, down, wide legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Bend into your front knee, side lunge. Sweep those arms around to the back of your mat. Reach, let your head hang. Quarter turn to the front of your mat. Lift your back leg, standing L. And then left foot meets right, fold in. All the way up, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. So we're gonna go through just a variation of that. We don't have time to go all the way around the mat again with both times. We're gonna add some things on here. Inhale, reach your arms up, fold to the earth. Halfway lift. Step your left foot back. Keep the knee lifted and rise up, high lunge. Hands through heart center, twist to your right, connect elbow to thigh. Turn the sternum towards the thumbs. Open up warrior two. Straighten your front leg for triangle pose. You might shorten the stance by toe heeling your back foot in a little bit. Turn your pubic bone towards the left corner of your mat here. Send your hips back as you reach your right arm forward, and then windmill the arms down and left arm goes up. Open your heart, your rib cage, your gaze towards the sky. Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then from here, rise up, parallel your feet, arms are at a T. We are going to bend in to the back leg. So come into your side lunge kind of, but we're not reaching this time. So you're gonna take your left arm up and over and find, oh wait, hang on, what am I doing? Oh yeah, so right arm up and over and find your left hip crease. Right arm up and over, find your left hip crease. We're taking a bind. And then your left arm is gonna come under that left thigh. So you might be able to clasp your fingers together, setting up for bird of paradise, or maybe you stay here, but start to toe heel your right foot towards your left. So you're moving it in towards the middle of your mat. So your right foot is gonna be your base here. Push your right foot down, put a bend in your right knee, lift your left heel, come to the left ball mound there, and then maybe you stand up and lift that left leg. So just maybe a different way of getting into this shape. Maybe you point the toes. Mine does not look pretty. Or maybe your feet are still on the ground. Stay and breathe, a couple more rounds of breath. And then to come out of this, we're actually gonna try to go the way that we got in. So you're gonna start to hinge, lower that left foot, toe heel your right foot out, straighten the leg, release the bind, shake out the shoulders, the arms a little bit, and then shift your body weight into your front foot, quarter turn to the front of your mat, step back plank, optional chaturanga or lower knees down, belly down, cobra or up dog, downward facing dog pose. Heels high, breathe in. Soften your knees, step or hop to the top of your space. You exhale, halfway lift, breathe in. Hold, left leg steps back. High lunge, both legs nice and active, reach those arms up. Hands come through heart center, twist to the right. So you're using the arm against the leg here as leverage to rotate the chest. And then open up warrior two, left long edge of your mat. Uh-oh, I'm like, we already did this leg, didn't we? Yes. Shoot. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna turn our warrior two to the back of the mat. That's what happens when I go all around the mat. It's very confusing. Okay, so left leg, warrior two to the back of your mat. And then let's go ahead and straighten that leg. I like to bring my hands to my pelvis sometimes for this so I can feel that I'm turning my pubic bone towards that right corner edge of your mat. And then bump those hips back gently, reach the left arm, and then come into your both arms straight. Right arm up, left arm down. Open heart and rib cage and chest towards the sky for your triangle pose here. Oh, 45 minutes goes by too fast. Come up, parallel your feet, tee the arms, and then let's go into a side bend into your front leg. This is at bird of paradise on this side, and then we've got to wind down. So your left arm is going to come up and around and reach for your right hip crease as you reach your right arm under and try to capture and kind of hook your fingers. Toe heel your left foot in. So this time your left foot is going to be your base. Lift your right heel. This might just be where you stay right here. Just kind of work on maybe even just picking the toes up, or you push that foot down and come all the way up, stand, and maybe straighten the leg, point the toes. Smile and breathe. We're going to get out of this the same way. Start to bend the knee, hinge forward, lower the foot, toe heel your left foot back out. Release your bind, shake out the head and shoulders, the arms, turn to the front of your mat. Step back, plank pose. One more chaturanga, maybe. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing. And then come to your knees. Come to your seat. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side, massage out your low back. Totally running out of time. I had a couple more things I could have done. That's where the extra 15 minutes or even half an hour comes in handy. Lower your feet to the mat. Knees are bent. Take your arms out wide. You're just gonna take a nice, easy supine twist. Push your feet down, lift your hips, scooch them to the right, and let your knees gently fall to the left. Any other variation you have in your twist, feel free. Option to turn your head to the right. Smooth out the lines across the forehead and that space between your eyebrows. Just let your whole face become soft. And breathe down into your belly. Belly breath, super calming on the nervous system, which we need right now. Bring your head back to center. I think we're all in this kind of like high nervous system anxiety situation. Lift the hips, scooch them to the left, knees to the right. Even if you don't think so, it's just all like the unknown, at least for me, and the uncertainty of just the future. I think it just keeps you a little bit high strung. So remember, just take these nice deep breaths into the belly. Even if you're not feeling it, maybe just make it a habit just to do each day. Take a little bit of time just to breathe. Option to turn the head to the left. Relax the jaw. Come on back through center. Happy baby pose, or if you need something else, take it. Otherwise, you can grab your feet, grab your ankles, you can grab the backs of your legs. Try to keep your low back on the ground so the back is nice and flat here. If you like to rock a little bit side to side, go for it. And as always, if you need more, if you need an inversion or you need a back bend, take it. Otherwise, if you're ready for Shavasana, make your way there. Feel free to flip over and try doing Shavasana on your belly. If you liked being on your belly in the beginning of class, you might go back there. Just get comfortable, whatever that means to you. Either find a soft gaze or close your eyes and have a soft gaze behind your eyelids. Let your body become super heavy. Let your breath just be as it is. You have nothing to do right now except just be still. If you want more time in Shavasana, just make sure you mute your headphones because I usually like to chat with some people after the class is over. So if you want to chat with me, then start to make your way up to a seat and keep your eyes closed. You know the way. Once you arrive in your seated position, bring your palms together in front of your heart to place heart space here. You might even bow your chin towards your fingertips. Just this gesture of gratitude. I know we all have so many things that we are grateful for, especially we're really noticing those small little things at this time. Just take that in for a moment. Thank you so much for being here, showing up to your mat. The light and the love in me honors and sees that same light and love in each of you. Namaste. Your sister. She doesn't want to say hi. Whatever. Thank you.
Thanks, Tracy.
Oh,
that
hi.
felt really good. Hi, thanks. I feel great.
I got a little confused at the end, but you know, it happens.
Oh, well, you know what? You recovered very quickly and it wasn't a big deal. So
yeah, thank you.
I like that flow though. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. Hopefully I'll see you next week.
You will. See you later.
Okay.
Yeah, that was cool.
Hi,
Tracy.
Eric.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Tracy.
Thank you. Good to see your face.
Yeah, good seeing you.
Yeah, again.
Yeah.
Eric, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm
Okay.
furloughed from work for a couple of weeks, but more time for yoga.
Yeah, I know. And then yard work and all sorts of stuff, right?
Yep.
Good. Well, yeah. Good to see you. And
Thanks
hopefully I'll see you
again.
guys in person soon.
I hope so.
Okay.
Thank you. See you soon,
Okay.
hopefully.
Bye, Myra. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye, Eric.
Bye.
Bye.